All right, friends, let's dive into those annual goals because we are aligning with our why and setting those goals or the grand outcomes that we want. You have your 3 to 5 with that number one next to it to do within the next year. We're narrowing down on those and getting into the details. Are you ready? I'm really excited to take this on. So, for each one, we're going to take some time to fill this out in the GPS system. So remember, what does G stand for? It is your grand outcome or your grand result. What is it? What did you want to achieve? And for that first one, you're going to write out the facts and the feelings. Fact, what will be true when you have accomplished that goal? Describe some tangible things because you want to be able to measure it. If you can't measure it, you're not going to be able to manage it. So these are the facts that will make you feel successful. And then feelings. How are you or even others around you feel when you have accomplished this goal? Consider the emotional impact. Now, P, remember, is purpose. What does this unlock for you? Why are you doing this? Why does it matter to you? What new opportunities or benefits does this provide? Remember, understanding the purpose really gives it that oomph, that desire to keep going. It makes it real and emotional. And so, if you didn't do the 7 Why exercise, I recommend you do that for this to get into the real deep down purpose, not just, I want to do PT because I want to pee less. But you know what? My real purpose for doing all the PT stuff and self growth stuff is because I want to be one hot, healthy mama. I want to look my best and feel my best because I want to be able to do whatever I want with my body for as long as I can. So I can run with my kids, I can jump on the trampoline with my kids, and even my future grandbabies, and maybe even future great grandbabies. I want to be able to be active and do all the things that I want to do and travel all the places with my family and friends, my loved ones, for as long as I can. That is why I am doing all the physical activities and eating healthier and doing the mindset work for myself so that I can be the whole, healthy, well mom that I can be. And the last one is steps or the system. How are you going to set yourself up to get that outcome? These are put out the big plans. What are some 3 to 5 major steps that you can put in there to make it happen? Is it losing a certain amount of weight? Is it eating a certain amount of vegetables or fruits? These are bigger plans that then you break it down into what are the daily or weekly actions that will help you get to those steps, those smaller steps than the big outcome. Remember, we need to break these down, but we need to think big and then keep going down. We're going to do this with the quarterly, the weekly, the daily also, but we also need to do this with our steps too, so we can break it down into smaller chunks that are not overwhelming. Also, think of the consistent actions that you need to do. What habits will help you get there? And then you got to schedule it in. Once you've broken it down into smaller chunks, schedule those in. When are those time blocks that you're going to have for getting these things done? Having a timeline keeps you on track. So, both in a day, in a week, or a certain date that you're going to have a project done by, you need to have these in mind and put it down on paper. Get it out of your brain onto your second brain, friends. Let's think of the support. Who could you enlist or leverage for some help? Because a lot of these things, you do not have to do it, even though we think that we do. There are so many people, tools, things that can help us do the things and get the result what we want without it being us and our time and our resources. Who will keep you accountable and support you along the way? These could be mentors, friends, family, professionals with expertise. Who is going to be that support? I hope it is me for some of your goals to get you to where you want to be as a mom, as a wellness mom. And we also need a plan for those snags. What are the potential obstacles, the excuses that might come up, or things that you might encounter? A kid getting sick. This happens all the time, right? Let's plan for plan Bs, snags that will come up. How will you overcome them? How will you adapt if something goes awry? Have a strategy to adapt so that when those unexpected things come up, you're not completely thrown off. Flexibility is the key to maintaining progress. We plan, but we also allow ourselves to be flexible. So take that time for those 3 to 5 goals or grand outcomes that you want for this quarter and write them down. It's going to take a little time, but take that time and come back when you're done.